In this video, I'm going to share with you how I lost 30 pounds in only 120 days while working 60 plus hours a week in sports sales. And if you work in the business side of sports, in ticketing, sales, partnerships, operations, or even marketing, and you feel like your health has taken a back seat to your career, this might be the most important video you watch all year. And because in the next 10 to 12 minutes, I'm going to show you how I and 40 plus clients in the sports industry lost 10 to 30 pounds of stubborn fat without giving up our lifestyle, without losing momentum at work, or having to spend hours in the gym. But before we get into that, does this sound familiar? You used to be an athlete, but now you barely recognize yourself in the mirror. You're grinding 50 to 70 hours a week and relying on caffeine to get through the day. You try to eat clean during the week, but fall off on game days or the weekends. You start a routine for a few weeks, then life and work get in the way all over again. Well, I get it. That was me when I worked for the New York Jets in ticket sales, where I found myself chasing success, being stuck in the all or nothing mentality, being super stressed out all the time, only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep per night, all for trying to get a promotion. And within only 4 months, I gained 30 pounds. My energy was trash. And honestly, I felt like a fraud because I was a former soccer and basketball athlete. On the left here, I was someone who had already been working out 5 to 6 days a week, 171 pounds at 8 to 9% body fat in this picture right here. All to go into this person on the right who was at 202 pounds, a shell of himself, and I was barely just holding it together. And after that 4-5 month period of just gaining weight and being stuck in this cycle, I decided to do two things. One was to set my ego aside, and two, to finally ask for help. Because in this process, I then hired a coach. And the first thing that we really worked on was my mindset. Number one, that asking for help is not a bad thing. Two, that I don't know it all. And three, that I could actually prioritize my health and still do great in my career. And it didn't have to be all or nothing, right? I actually could have all and everything. And within that process, I started going back to the gym. I worked out 3 days a week, focused on tracking my nutrition 6 days a week, drank a gallon of water a day, and focused on getting my sleep, at least 7 to 9 hours sleep per night. And with those 4 small changes, I lost the 30 pounds that I gained, reclaimed my energy, became a top rep while working the same demanding schedule. And that's when it all hit me. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter with your health. And because of that coach and making that decision, I was able to then see my whole life transform just by making those 4 small changes. And you can see right here, I'm back down to 171, 172, 8%, 9% body fat, happy as ever. And this same methodology I took on when I started working with clients. Right here, you got Devin on the left, who worked in the NBA for the Portland Trail Blazers. He was 225 pounds here on the left. And within 6 months, he got all the way down to 200. More confident, more lean. And not only did Devin see a big shift with losing fat and having a better version of himself and more confidence, he even had his biggest sales day of almost $37,000 in sales in one day, followed by a $15,000 sales in the next day. So within 2 days span, he made $52,000 in sales. And in his own words, was having the best year of his life because not only did he feel better, he also doubled his revenue goal for the year in the NBA and corporate sales. Then you have Tara right here. On the left, she's 178 pounds. On the right, she's 134, lost about 44 pounds while working 60 plus hours a week. Not only was she trapped in the cycle of all or nothing, starting and stopping, being consistent for a couple of weeks and then falling off, she finally found the routine that was meant for her. And within a short amount of time, about 6 to 8 months, she was able to drop 44 pounds, feel a lot more confident, show up her best to work, be more collaborative on the marketing side of her responsibilities at her job, and feels all around better, not just with herself, but also in social settings around other people. And then you have Sam, who right here on the left was 205 pounds, and he got all the way down to 183. He lost about 22 pounds in only 4 months while having his best year, his first year in ticket sales, netting about $534,000 in his first year in ticket sales for the Indianapolis Indians and being one of the top sellers. And getting started in the midst of the season, guys, right when everything was busy, when his mind was telling him he couldn't do it, and he look at his abs, look at his body, he's a lot more confident and already had one of his best sales year because of focusing on his health. He had more confidence to close more deals, and he had more energy just to keep up with the long days. And this is what I want to share with you guys. What did I call everyone that you just saw? Devin, Tara, and Sam, and many more that you will see in a little bit. They went through something I call the athlete shred protocol. And this is what I created based off of my own experience when that coach helped me dial in and figure out what would make the most sense for me in the busy season of my life. And it comes with 3 pillars. The inner alpha reset, where we rebuild your confidence and your identity like you had as an athlete. And even if you weren't an athlete, just rebuild the confidence that you ideally want in your life to feel your best self. We have flexible nutrition, where we drop the clean eating rules and still lose fat while eating out. Because, guys, we know in the world of sports, you're going to work long days at the games. You're going to be having to grab takeout. And that's why I'm so big on flexible nutrition, because that's what I had to do, and that's all my clients have done. And they finally got to see what it was like to actually still eat out, eat the food you enjoy, and still see results. And then lastly, we got metabolic weight training, where we build a physique you're proud of with just 1.5 to 2 hours in the whole week, and focus on really building lean muscle and losing body fat. And we'll customize all of this for you on our call. No cookie cutter BS. Again, and if you want more info on how this could work for you, like I said, let's hop on a call and you could see what that looks like. And why this matters. You know, I've seen this in sports a lot when people are drained, have no energy, feeling lethargic, bloated, not feeling confident, just kind of in a bad mood, or maybe frustrated, agitated, whatever it may be, or just feel sluggish, don't even feel good in their own skin. And what that will do is naturally affect everything else around you guys. It affects not only your career, it also affects your relationships, the time you spend with your friends, your family, being in social settings, whether it's at, client events, holiday parties with the team. Just everything has a domino effect negatively when you don't focus on your health. But when your body and your brain are aligned, and your performance across every role in sports business does elevate, just like with Devin, who was a sales pro, hit new highs, and all sales pros will hit new highs because their energy and confidence will drive conversions. Marketing leaders will unlock more creativity and consistency. Ops and game day crews powered through long events now that they have the stamina and clarity. And executive and managers get promoted faster because they show up as leaders, just not in their role, but in their presence. Guys, and this is why health is the foundation, and when it's dialed in, everything truly does follow right behind. And you don't need the perfect genetics, more discipline, or a strict diet. You just need the right plan for your lifestyle. And as you can see, here's even more of my clients that are all in the sports world that have seen crazy results, like Julian here, who lost 25 pounds in only 5 months. Nick here, who lost 30 pounds, and not only within losing that 30 pounds, he got promoted all the way from an account executive to director of ticket sales, and them having one of their best years ever. Or you have Drew here, who was putting in 60 plus hours a week in the NBA season with the Orlando Magic and is already down 30 pounds in only 4 months. Or you have Bernadette here, who was a director of ticket memberships in the minor leagues for baseball, lost 15 pounds. So you can see her abs. She feels so much more confident. She's still continuing this as a lifestyle today. And imagine 3, 6, or even 12 months from now where you would be if you had the same, routine, the same custom roadmap built for you, right? You could be like Nick, where he walks into his dentist and the dentist said he looks good and he asks if he's even working out. Or like a client here who had a polo on that used to be tight on him and now it's pretty baggy. Or like Eric Hansen right here, who is a VP of the Hartford Wolfpack, and they actually just came off their best selling year yet because he decided to put his health first, lose 20 pounds, and not only did that energy translate and the confidence translate in his own life, but it translates to his team as well, that it also inspired them to start working on their health as well. And the question is, are you ready to make a change? Right? And if you're someone who's not ready to make a change, right? You're still in that place, maybe you're on the fence, or maybe it's not a priority to you just yet. That's totally fine. What I want you to do, as I recommend, is continue to follow my channel. Continue to grab the weekly trainings that I put out, because I know they will be helpful for you, and you'll have actionable tips and strategies that you can implement on your own. But if you're a sports biz professional who's tired of starting over, tired of hiding your gut at the beach, and tired of playing small in your own life, and you finally want the roadmap that's going to help you get to your ultimate destination and finally look and feel your best and your most confident self, click the link below or DM me the word alive on LinkedIn or Instagram. And we'll hop on a call and see if we are a fit to work together. And in that same call, we'll map out exactly how to lose weight and fat, gain your confidence, and start performing like the athlete professional you know you are. And as always, family, make sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to send this to someone who you think maybe needs to see this, that's in sports and maybe struggling with their health and fitness. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day.